We have already seen aggregate supply function. We also saw the components of aggregate supply. The components of aggregate supply are aggregate supply is equal to C plus S plus T plus RF. Now let us see the aggregate supply curve. We saw the aggregate supply function, then we saw the components of aggregate supply. Now let us see the aggregate supply curve. Can you see this graph? So in this graph, on the x-axis, employment is taken on the x-axis and expected proceeds are taken on the y-axis. Here you find two curves, Z and Z1. Z and Z1. These two are aggregate supply curves. These two are aggregate supply curves. So in the figure, you have two aggregate supply curves drawn for the assumption of fixed money wage and variable wages. So this green color shows fixed money wages and the yellow color is variable wages. So here there are two aggregate supply curve. We have taken two assumptions. One, fixed money wages represented by Z, and the other one is variable. Variable means the wage rate keeps on changing. So Z is a linear, it's a straight line. Z is linear where money wages remain fixed. So here the money wages are fixed. Z1 is non-linear since wage rate increases with employment. Okay, as the wage rate increases, if the employer is willing to give more wages, more people come for employment. So Z1 curve is non-linear since wage rate increases with employment. NF is a point of full employment. This is a point of full employment. Beyond this, you cannot employ any factors. So NF is a point of full employment. When full employment level NF is reached, it is impossible to increase the output. You cannot increase the output by increasing the number of laborers because this is the point of full employment. Beyond this, you cannot employ laborers and you cannot increase the output. So when full employment level NF is reached, it is impossible to increase the output by employing more men. So what happens? So the aggregate supply curve, the yellow color curve, when it reaches the level of full employment, beyond this, you cannot increase the output by employing more men. So what happens to this curve? It becomes an inelastic curve. So this supply curve, beyond this point, it becomes inelastic. What do you mean by that? It becomes a vertical straight line. Beyond this, Z1 curve becomes a vertical straight line. So when full let me explain this. Two aggregate supply curves are here. One is Z and the other one is Z1. Z1 is a fixed money wages. These are assumptions. Z1 is variable wages. So Z curve is linear where money wages remain fixed. Z1 curve is non-linear since wage rate increases with employment. So what is NF? When full employment level of NF is reached, it is impossible to increase the output. You cannot increase the output by employing more men. So what happens to the aggregate supply curve up beyond NF? Aggregate supply curve becomes inelastic. What is inelastic? It becomes, you cannot change it. You cannot change the output by increasing the number of laborers. So Z1 becomes a inelastic curve, which is a vertical straight line. So in addition, I want to say a few things. In reality, the aggregate supply curve will be like Z1. In reality, you find only this type of curve. Aggregate supply curve will be like Z1. So the aggregate supply depends on the relationship between prices and wages. So one thing you have to keep very clear in your mind. The aggregate supply curve depends on two things. One is the price and the other one is wages. I will repeat it again. The aggregate supply depends on two things. One is price and wages. So the aggregate supply depends on relationship between prices and wages. If the prices are high, okay, from the point of entrepreneur, whatever he sells, if the price is very high and the wages which he is giving to the laborers is low, he will definitely make more profit because the prices are high, but the wages, the cost of production is low. So the producer will try to employ more and more number of laborers. I will repeat it again. When prices are high and the wages are very low, the producer, what will the producer do? He will try to employ laborers. Okay. If the prices are low, okay, whatever he is selling, if the price is very low and the wages is very high, he will not tend to invest anything because it will be a loss for him. So investment will be curtailed, output will fall, and there will be a reduction in the productive capacity. Thus, aggregate supply is an important factor in determining the level of economic activity. So whether to produce more or produce less, it depends on the aggregate supply curve. So the aggregate supply curve is an important factor in determining the level of economic activity. Did you understand, girls? This is a very important question, aggregate supply curve. For that, you have to draw this diagram and then you have to give the explanation. You can find this on page number 45, the aggregate supply curve. First, we saw the aggregate demand function. Then we also saw the aggregate demand function or the aggregate demand curve. Then we saw aggregate supply function. The components of aggregate supply, then aggregate supply curve. Hope you understood all these, girls.